What's happening? I hope everyone can see me. I hope everyone's had a great day. As I said, I was going to do the live at close today, so we got about 14 minutes. Thanks, guys, for joining in. I'm also, don't forget, going to be giving out another $200 promo code. Going to have to get 50 likes. Might not happen. Don't look like a whole lot of viewers are on right now. I understand I didn't give a lot of time for this one. I was outside doing yard work and cutting some trees down, putting some parking space in, and some other stuff. So anyways, yes, Bassman. I announced that this morning that I was going to do a live stream in the evening today at market close. I may do this for the next few market closes. We'll see how it goes, but thanks for joining in. Make sure you guys smash the likes. When we get 50 likes, I will give out another Prime XBT promo code live in the chat. So I was outside working today. Let me know in the chat if there's any big breaking news on markets or tariffs or anything. I'm curious to see. I didn't have a whole lot of time to go through everything. I did see posted somewhere. I was kind of scrolling. Every once in a while I'd stop and look at my phone while I was excavating outside, and I seen something about Trump said that he met with the China reps about the tariffs or something, but they wouldn't say who they met with. The big secret. What happened to transparency? I have no idea, but if anybody else seen that, let me know, or if something came of that or it's changed by now. That was a few hours ago. Bassman said, I've been so busy with work, I haven't been able to stay up to date. Yeah, me too. Working in my yard. Right now, like I said, I was cutting down, trimming up a big apple tree, cutting down another one, trying to make some space to park another trailer. I've got a few trailers. I've got trailers to haul our four-wheelers, the side-by-sides. I've got a dump trailer. I was parking them in the barn. I need more room in the barn, so I'm making a parking spot outside for the trailers. But anyways, that's what I've been doing today. Going to pick up stone, dropping stone off here, making a big stone pile so I can get this stuff all situated. And then also, not that you guys care what I've been doing all day, but I'm going to tell you anyway because I can. And we got a few minutes till market closes. So the other thing, we're getting a in-ground pool put in, and so I went down to the township to get the permit because they need a permit for everything, right? Regulations. We are over-regulated, that's for sure. Then you got to pay them to get a permit for them to say it's okay, whatever. Politicians, like I said, if you don't know how to do anything else in life, you suck at everything, become a politician, and you get paid because they find ways to make money come their way. Anyways, enough on that rant. But anyways, that's what I'm up to now, so. Yep. What's up, Donna? 36 viewers. Let's see if we can get this up to the same amount of likes as we got viewers. All we need is 50 likes. I think we can do it. We still have some time. I'm gonna, we got 10 minutes till market's open. Let's take a look at where we're at with all our resistance areas, right? So we're still not above our 40,600-ish on the Dow Jones, which this is what we've been watching for, right? If we can get above open and close, a daily candle above there, maybe we get bullish and maybe it does go for one more all-time high like people are saying. And then we got the S&P. So the S&P is, actually this trend line is a little whacked out there. There we go. So S&P, its trend line that it needs to break is right around the 55.3 area, right? We're going to make this a different color. We're going to make this yellow just so we all know what we're looking at there. That's not what I wanted. Right. There we go. So right about here is what we're watching. If it gets above there, then maybe we can get bullish again. But as of right now, if we put, let's do something. Let's just put a, let's go from this high here, right? Let's put a measured move on here. And let's see what this tells us we should go down to according to the measured move of a rising broadening wedge. That should get us down to about 4,500, which makes sense. It gets us right back to test this level here. But again, if we get back above this 55, then obviously that's not happening. What's up, Robert? What's up, Donna? This is a good time, Robert. I'm glad somebody likes this time so far. Anyways, let's go into Nasdaq. Nasdaq has broken up above this trend line, right? That was off of these two lows, but our main one, but our main one is still where we broke down from the rising channel. It's about 18.2, somewhere in that range. Obviously, this is the Nasdaq moves a lot more in points than Dow Jones and everything else. So, well, not so much more than the Dow Jones, but more than S&P for sure. And we are at a loss still at this. We're still at about 58K profit. I'll keep you guys updated on this also. Oh, remember, today is the last day to use Prime XBT's 100% deposit bonus, where they match you 100% of whatever you deposit up to $10,000 if you're using my link. If you've already been on my link, so if you click the link now, most of you guys know, if you click the link now, you're automatically here. Click the link now, you're automatically enrolled for that. If you've already had it signed up under my link, you'll have to go into the promo code section right here and click the promo code and then put in Savvy100, and that will give you the 100% deposit bonus up to $10,000. They'll match you to use towards your margin. Curious, Savvy, what would it take for you to open along at these levels? Unless I'm doing like just a quick long, at these levels, nothing really, because I really don't trust this. I mean, if we break up and get support past this 96, 97, break up, retest for support and get a bounce, maybe get into a long there, but nothing big, right? I don't trust where the markets are at. And if you're looking for a long in anything like this, that's insane, right? This shit has to correct in a huge way, in my opinion. Again, I could be wrong, but there's so much point. Here's the other. Where are we at here? Where is my daily? So that's where my long would go to if we broke the 97. But I mean, you still have to break the all-time high to get there, right? But honestly, I don't trust it to do any longs, right? This just looks ready as hell to come down. What I'm looking at. Will I put some longs down in these areas when we get down here? Probably catch a bounce, but that's about it. Catch a bounce until, guys, I think these markets, you can call it doom and gloom, but I think there's no other way out than all this stuff. You can call it a correction, you can call it whatever you want, but I think it's going to be huge. But I do believe if you're ready for it, it's going to be the biggest opportunity of our lifetimes for sure, and probably the next couple of lifetimes, to be honest with you. This was, right? The Great Depression was an opportunity of a lifetime. Only if you got down in these levels, right? Because it took 28 years, 26 years to reach the all-time high again. It may even take longer this time, but if you catch it at the bottom, right, you're going to make money forever, right? Generational wealth. If this happens, which I do believe it's going to, I mean, everything's looking like it's ready to play out. So we got 5 minutes till close. Where are we at? We got 22 likes, only 46 viewers. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you're in here. Make sure you tick your notification bells too. Like I said, my videos will be kind of all over the place here for the next maybe another week before we decide what we're doing exactly. Are we going to do live streams in the morning? And you guys can let me know in the chat right now what you would rather see, or I can do recorded videos in the morning, live streams at market close, or vice versa. Or if you have any other ideas, let me know. But this is what we're doing right now, playing with them and seeing what happens. So tomorrow will be the same thing, market close. we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm not so much. If I was day trading, sure, there's a lot of opportunities to take longs, but you should know, Jeff, I don't day trade. I don't like to day trade. I don't like to sit and stare at a computer all day. I like to get out and do stuff and be in trades for a much longer time and not worry about the little moves up and down and be on 100%, 100x leverage and all that crazy shit. It's just not worth it, man. It's zero life, dude. My life is, I like to get out and do shit. So anyway, that's my thing. And I know some people like day trading. That might be your thing. Kudos. Crypto's a great thing for that because it never shuts down. But yeah, day trading, just not my thing. I do not want to live my 80%. So this has all been trading and getting into crypto, getting into the markets has all been for me to have freedom, right? I didn't quit my career to sit down and spend 8-10 hours a day in front of a computer, 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, trading every little move. And that's not what I want. Less is better for me. Too much work in my job and business. Is that Robert? You saying that as in for day trading? Yeah, day trading. I mean, if that's what you want to do and you want to sit in front of a computer and just do that all day and it's fun to you, have at it, man. I'm not knocking it by any means, but swing trading is more my style. Just use a bigger capital and be in longer trades. Yeah, but yeah, I get it. Same here. Tedrick, what's up, man? Round Earth says 500K end of year. I would be very impressed to see that. Even if you go by the simplest things, the 4-year cycle saying that we won't top till the end of this year, still not know $500,000. You know, people like the Shillers on TV. The Schiller YouTubers have been saying 500,000 every freaking year for since damn near conception of Bitcoin, right? But if you look at the big picture, it doesn't even make sense. There's no rational human that would be able to get 500K out of this chart anytime soon, right? So each high is getting less and less powerful, right? So down here, do you realize the money that would have to go in there? It'd be insane. So you look down here, it was, I think the last high before this was like 1,200, and then it went to 20,000. So it was like 20x, right? A little less than 20x. And then you go from 20,000 to 69,000. So you could say 3.5x, 4x. Just give it 4x, right? And that's 70. And so far, even if, let's say we got to 140, that would be 2x. But you're saying that it's going to go from here, right? The last high of the last market, right? So the end of this year would still be this cycle, right? So that would have to be 10 times over, about 8 or 9 times what the last high was. I don't see that happening. It's less and less each time, right? Some fibs say 130, 148K. Yeah, I do say that is possible, 130. And that's our bullish chart that we've had forever. About 136 is what I have on that chart. And we've talked about that. I said if this was going to be the bottom here, that's where my target, 125 to 136-ish, if it's going to be bullish. But like I said, I'm still not convinced there. We'll see what happens. I still think this is the more likely scenario, in my opinion, that all markets top to back here, right? Sounds good, Blackie. Must be just getting home from work. So anyways, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Also, what I wanted to talk about was this, right? Let's zoom into this. I know a lot of people don't like these charts because they don't believe in cycles, or they don't believe in cycles in market. They they don't think it's possible, right? It's totally possible, 100% possible, actually pretty easy to happen. But market structure is huge, guys, and you can see the similarities of the structure. This run up is huge. If it's not over, it's gonna be over at some point real soon. Let's say it gets another high. Let's say it gets up to 50,000, which isn't impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the downfall from there is still huge. It's huge. Markets are kind of like, if you was to chart human emotion, it would look a lot like market charts and cycles, right? Same thing. This stuff is all like part of nature. That's what Fibonacci numbers are. It's just nature numbers, right? You have one rabbit, and it gets with another rabbit, 2 rabbits, then you have 3, right? So on and so forth, and then 5. If you ever have a chance, read about Fibonacci and his thought process of what, you know, where it came from. It's pretty damn interesting. It makes you think different about a lot of things, even when you look around, like at trees and leaves and things like that. It's pretty impressive. But what I want to show you, let's zoom in here. What markets closed yet? Oh, they did. They closed 2 minutes ago. Dow Jones up 486, S&P up 108, Nasdaq up 157. Let's see where they closed on the charts, and then we'll get into that. So we're still below our resistance areas on everything. What is today? I don't even know what today is. Is it Thursday or Friday? It's Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. So tomorrow's going to be interesting. A lot of times on Friday, markets like to rally, but we're really close to these resistance areas on all the charts. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, we can close at some major gains and then have a Black Monday. Who knows? Or we'll have a tweet saying that they reached a tariff deal, and then the next day they'll say it was a lie. The White House never said that. And, you know, like I said, the news really doesn't mean shit at this point other than quick, you know, money grabs, basically. So right now in the traditional markets, what I see playing out is just like you see playing out in the shitcoin markets. Same exact thing, just at a different level, right? They are toying with everybody and taking their money. That's what they're doing. Period. The end. I mean, it's always been like that, but it's really freaking obvious right now. It's almost scary, right? It's really freaking strange how they're playing with the markets. And then, you know, there's people that say, but Trump comes out and says that to try to save the markets because the markets were bleeding so hard. No, they probably planned it all out to say one thing and might make the markets go one way and short the shit out of it, and then hurry up and buy, and then let it run back up for the next post, and then it's just a freaking game to them. And we can play the game too. That's what you got to figure out, what they're doing. But anyways, I wanted to zoom into both tops here. So here on the right, we have our top. Let's just take some measurements, right? And we're gonna look at the top of the Great Depression on the right. Whoops, let me move that, keeping that out. We're gonna go to the top of the Great Depression here. And I've done this before. If you've seen it before and you don't want to see it again, sorry, I'm gonna show it. So you can see the first dump, right? This was approximately, this is the weekly, so 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, right? So we topped, we actually topped here, but it's the same. It's a triple fucking top. You had 1, 2, 3 tops here. So let's do 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to the bottom, just like this was, right? And then you had, actually, hold on a minute. I did this all wrong. Let's go to here to here. It was an 18% correction or dump, whatever you want to call it. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you smile. And this one here, right there, that's what it was. So let me get in here. So this first initial drop, right, was right around 17%. Let me get it exact, just so somebody doesn't say what. So this was a 17% drop, right? This here was 18.7. So pretty damn close. A percentage off, right? A little over 1%. And then you had this big rally right here, right? So this was a 2-week rally over here. Same thing, 2-week rally, which ended last week. Now let's take a measurement of that from the bottom to the top right there was about, and this could change, right? We could blow past this and make a new all-time high, but I'm just pointing out the obvious right now. 11.44% this relief rally was, right? Now, let's go over to this one. And there's not anything you can say that's wrong or anything, because I'm just showing you exactly what it was. This one was 12%, right? Now, if it breaks higher, like I said, goes up, then this is all obsolete, done, nothing. You look for new patterns and new things. But what we're trying to do is capture where we're at in the market right now. This could be about where we're at, right? Just be careful in here. Obviously, like I said, there's a possibility we get another new all-time high. There's nobody that can tell you 100% that we're gonna or we're not gonna, right? Just nobody can. And if they're acting like they can, they're either mentally ill, or they just like bullshitting and lying, or they believe themselves and they're mentally ill. But let's go over here. And I'm showing you all the reasons why that I believe that this is where we're at, because, being honest, this is where I think we're at. I thought it was going to happen sooner, honestly, but I mean, things take time. The end result is the same no matter what happens here. I do believe the end result is going to be the same. All right, let's see. Curious. Okay, too much work on my job. Cannot day trade. Likes. So we got 35 likes. If we can get 15 more likes, I'm going to throw that $200 promo code in the chat. The first one to use it gets it. Did I miss the promo? No, you did not miss it yet. We didn't get 50 likes yet. So, 2 o'clock in India night. Take it easy, Nick. Do you think Bitcoin goes to 90K again in the next days? 90K? Yeah, definitely possible. If I didn't, I wouldn't still be in shorts, although my shorts could be closing soon. Like I said, there's still a possibility we get up to this 96, 97, but I do expect a rejection here, not only because of the high volume node, but if you just simply put your fibs at the top up here, your fib retracement, and then to the bottom right here, that also matches up with your golden pocket zone, your 0.65 and 0.618 fib. So there's a very good possibility we get up to this level. If you were watching yesterday, I talked about it a little bit this morning too. Usually when you break a fib level, like when we broke the 0.5 here, you go up, you come back down for a retest before moving up, which we've done. But it, like down here, it came back and retested a bunch of times. So it doesn't have to be one, but you can almost count on it to come down at least once for a retest. And if it comes up here, your next level is going to be between 96,067 and 97,200 are you going to be either your long targets if you're in a long to get out, take profit, or to enter shorts, whichever you're doing there. That's what I would do. Donna said it's 10 p.m. All right, guys, if you're watching on a mobile phone, this always gets a lot more likes because some people forget about it or just don't do it. Exit the chat 1 second, hit the thumbs up button, and then you can get right back into chat, and we'll be here still talking. No coffee today. It's a little later in the day, so it's iced water. It's actually pretty damn warm out here today. We need to win that 200. It's only a chance without any India Russian in the chat. Yeah. I should have put out a little bit earlier that I was doing this, but like I said, I was busy outside. But anyway, I'm going to mute. All right, I muted that so you didn't have to hear me chewing my ice. It's going to be curious to see what these markets do too when after hours starts. I'll be curious to see what happens there. But is there any, let's see if there's any big news on CNBC. What's their new stuff? The trade wars coming wave of retail shortages will hit the U.S. customers in stages. Here's when. Let's see. Meta lays off employees working on virtual reality in Reality Labs division. Trump Organization sells Trump 2028 hat and t-shirt, fueling third White House run speculation. S&P 500 could tumble as low as 3,700 even in a mild recession. Companies from Chipotle and Delta are worried about Trump's tariff. Here's what they're saying. ServiceNow shares. So these are all within an hour. So FBI says Americans lost a record $9.3 billion to crypto crime in 2024. March home sales dropped to their slowest pace since 2009. The S&P 500 formed. Yeah, did you hear? I know we was talking in here, I don't know, a couple days ago, and someone said to start looking into the markets again, and I kind of have been dabbling, looking a little bit. It's really weird because a lot of the things they put in were basically taxpayers were paying people's mortgages if they were FHA first homeowners, and a lot of them got caught stacking money, and while our tax money paid their freaking mortgage payment. A lot of that stuff's going down, so a lot more houses will probably be piling on the market. There's a lot of people that are not making their house payments, and there's going to be a lot of houses on the market. It's going to be a house market flood. And what's that new to market for house prices? It smashes them down. We've seen that in 2008 pretty heftily. I think we're going to see, obviously, something comparable. And the reason I think this market dump is going to be way worse than things we've ever seen in our lifetime, more like a depression than a recession, is because if you look at, let's take a look at the Dow real quick, just for shits and giggles. What's Bitcoin doing right now? Still breaking even there, but let's take a look at the Dow Jones. So we are gonna zoom way out. So 2000. Let's look at some stuff here. Some recessions, right? This was the 2008, 2009, right? This was what, about I don't even know what the percentage was, like 54%, was it? Let's take a look. So go from the top, and this isn't going to be exact because I'm not zooming all the way in, but just to give you you had it on there. What the hell? 54%. That was pretty hefty, and that was just the housing market, right? That was from the banks giving out loans to buy houses that people couldn't afford, and then they ended up not being able to make their payments, and we know what happened. If you're old enough to know what happened in 2008, it was pretty bad. My industry that I was in at the time did not get affected. I did watch my home value drop almost in half where I was living at that time, and I remember looking down the road and seeing foreclosure signs all down my road. It was insane, but like I said, my industry didn't get affected, but a lot of it people's did. So that was housing, 54% because of housing, right? That was a bubble, a housing bubble. What's this? This was the tech bubble, right? And that was 38%, just tech, right? In the 80s, we had all kinds of weird shit going on, but so what I'm saying is this was just housing. We're literally in an everything bubble. There are companies that have taken loans that they will not be able to continue paying back. It's an everything bubble, man. It's a debt bubble. It's a housing bubble. It's a freaking corrupt borrowing money business bubble, tech bubble. Along with it, we're having another tech bubble. There are tech companies just every day, more and more tech companies. And eventually, right, there's only so much money. All these companies, you can't just keep making more. companies and them keep getting more money because people only have so much money. We are in a bubble, people. If you don't believe we're in a bubble, put 1 in the chat. If you do believe we're in a bubble, put 2 in the chat. Just curious. For 1, to see who's paying attention. And for 2, just see what you guys think. 3 more likes. We need 3 more likes. Yes. Yes. I only have bubble face. Don't want bubble everything. That's funny. Flower gardener 222. So we have people that believe. I can't believe nobody in here doesn't think we're in a bubble. So why does, if everyone thinks we're not in a bubble, why do so many people think we're going to see these crazy high numbers that we're talking about? I mean, it's going to deflate. 51 likes. Oh my gosh, you guys are badass. So we probably will be doing these live streams at market close. So make sure you guys tick your notification bells. Make sure you jump in when you see me post even early and just throw something in the chat. Hit the like button. Help YouTube algorithm push the video out there a little more. I'm going to start doing them probably for obviously tomorrow and maybe the first part of next week at least in the evening, see how it goes. And then we'll see what people like better. You know, I see a lot of you people, it doesn't really matter. But you're on both streams. 1, 2, and then you're simply chasing the train. If this isn't a bubble, then it's hyperinflation. But yeah, I mean, either way, the end results of these markets is not good. No matter, there's no good outcome. There's none. If it shoots to the moon crazy higher, then inflation is going to be so bad, you'll wish that we were in a depression. Runaway train, that's right. Close above 93.5 can definitely push it to 95.5 above 97, 98 above that trend line at 112K. Do a trading competition in Prime XBT. I guess I'm always slow. Yes, I'm going to be doing a trade competition. They're actually working on getting it set up now. I will let you guys know when I hear more about it, when we get everything, all the details worked out, what the prizes are, things like that. And yeah, we'll definitely have a trade competition going. Thanks, Donna. I appreciate that. So who got it? Who won? Who won? I want to hear who won. Trump needs to abolish the minimum wage and make Fed wage equal to the lowest a state pays. That would cause deflation. Yeah, that. You know what else helps make money worth more, which will create a little deflation, is raising the rates, making it harder to borrow money. Raising rates would help straighten this stuff out. Yes, it would crash the markets, but that's going to happen anyway. Peel the Band-Aid, get this shit over with, and play it right. Sajad, right on. Good luck with that. Let me know how you do with it. He's going to keep shorting those 50Ks gone. Even if I did, I still won 20K off of the 7K, but no, I'm not. We'll see that back at 100K within a couple weeks. Easy. Team Black Coffee, not today, brother. Team Ice Water, it's warm outside. I mean, we've had some warm days, but today's pretty damn warm. I'm going to be getting back out here in a minute and get back to work. Damn, we had 75 people. Well, guys, remember, tomorrow it's going to be at the same time. I'll still do a morning update tomorrow when I get up. I'll take a look at what's going on, give you my thoughts, give you the areas to watch. And then I'll see you at market close and see what's going on, unless something big, crazy breaks. And then it's got to be pretty big for me to hear about it, though, because I'll be outside working. I actually think I'm going to put my boat back in the water tomorrow. Like I said, spring is the biggest time, most busiest time of the year. Yeah. So anyways, hopefully once we get the pool up and stuff, I will be doing some live streams from the pool this summer. But thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys rock. Thanks for the likes. If you're watching this afterwards, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and take that notification bell. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.